What's going on, Tough Fans? It's Chris from COIB TV. And here it is the post-match chat for the awful, boring, bullshit loss that we took against Swansea, 1-0. Um, just a side note, I did make a list here of playmakers we should be going after because it's clear as day that we need one because we haven't had one since good old Mikel Arteta. So yeah, let's just get right into it. As most of you know, we kind of went into this game hoping, praying that we just wouldn't pull the same bullshit that we've pulled for like the last two games. West Ham, boring. No points taken. Well, 1 point taken, but nothing happened there. Chelsea, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even know what happened. Swansea, a game that we really should have taken all 3 points from, just like the West Ham game. The Chelsea game even. It just, nothing happened for us. Nothing. Nada. Lukaku, I don't even care if he leaves anymore. Let him go. Leave. He's not doing anything for us. He's just stiff. Yeah, okay, taking a few shots here and there. Not doing shit. Tommy Davis, as active, energetic as always. And he just looked like our best player. We put John Joe Kenny on. I say he's the man of the match because he comes on, puts in a few good balls. He's touted as a really good crosser. That's exactly what he did. Idrissa, he did his work. He came off of totally keeping Hazard in his pocket. So, it was a boring bullshit game. They scored off of a bad goalkeeping. That might be my next list. But I could probably name a handful of keepers we should just be going after. I'll keep that for when this happens. I just don't know. It is clear as day after, Man U failed us. Today they lost to Arsenal 2-0. It is clear as day that we're not getting out of the 7th spot. I'm losing faith that we could take points in the Watford game. So yeah, that's Friday. Watford, I mean, they have their own issues. I think they've given up as well. So, and after that we have Arsenal. Arsenal, they've played really well against Man U today. They've kept putting the pressure on. Jose Mourinho, his excuse for making all those changes today against Arsenal was Europa League. I didn't really take that in consideration when I, did my little mathematical problem to see if, it's possible that we could reach the 5th spot or the 6th spot. Didn't really think about that, but whatever. And Ibra is on his way out, and he's injured for the rest of the season. Man U, I guess they have their own issues as well, but their focus is clearly on reaching Champions League through the Europa League. It's clear, boys and girls, that we are probably just going to stay in the 7th spot. We're going to have to play the qualification rounds for the Europa League, and that might cause us, I don't want to say issues, but that's going to give us more to think about and to, I guess, worry about, because at that point, I mean, we have this transfer business, and that's the thing that is really racking my mind. We have all this transfer business we need to handle. So putting a qualification round in a tournament that, we wanted to get to, but that's just really going to put more pressure on us. That means we have to get our transfer business done. We have to really start making moves now. Gylfi Sigurdsson is a name that keeps popping up. Pickford, where I saw something that we're ready to offer him 17 mil. Goretzka, he's popped up a few times. Uh, Yuri Talman's, his name keeps coming back and forward. The Wayne Rooney thing that needs to happen. So all these names that keep getting circulated with our team, that needs to happen now. And one of the issues that Ronald Koeman had in January with the Schneiderlin thing is that it wasn't happening fast enough. And now he's saying he's not going to really have control over transfers this summer. So there's a lot of moving parts going on here, and everything just needs to happen because we don't want another poor, boring, lack of signing summer like we did in 2016. So just things need to happen now, and Lukaku leaves, let him go. I would hold the door open for him because I'm about done. I'm about done with him. Let him talk in the media. Let him go. Let him go to Chelsea. Let's make our money. Let's make our bank. Buy the players that we need. Buy 2 strikers, maybe 3, and just keep it moving. Move to the top. We've hit 7th. That like I said, that's clear. That's where we're gonna be. Just shoot for Champions League next year. Year after that, if we can, let's shoot for the Premier League title. That's all I got to say about that. This list. Playmakers that I think that we need to sign in the summer or forward, besides, whatever. Playmakers we need to sign because we need it. We need somebody who's comfortable on the ball, pick out wonderful passes, slice through the defense, all that. The first one, not the top, but the first one I put down here was Santi Cazorla. Now, if you've watched the Premier League long enough, when he first came to Arsenal, yeah, he had a little bit of comfort issues, but he's grown through it. He's wonderful on the ball. He could play a little bit multitude of positions. He's played on the wing because he's so great with the ball. He also has a wonderful free kick scoring record. So I think he would be a great signing. Only thing recently, he is, believe 31, maybe 32, but he's great with the ball, and I think he'd be a really good signing for us. Ever Banega, I've mentioned him a few times. He is another one really good on the ball. He's not even 30 yet, but he's bounced around, through a few clubs. His recent one, he's at Inter Milan right now. He's doing well. I love him. I've loved him since he was at Valencia. Great. He's another great free kick scorer. Very comfortable on the ball. Like Santi Cazorla, they're small in stature, but maybe we need some of that. Tommy Davis, he's only about 5'8". Idrissa, he's only about 5'8". So we, our more impact. I guess it really doesn't matter, but our more impactful midfielders tend to be smaller. But Ross Barkley, he's scored a few free kicks. Not really. Blaine Baines has lacked with his free kicks. Lukaku shouldn't be taking free kicks. He's only scored maybe 1 or 2. So that's another thing. And Ronald Koeman wants a midfielder that can score and contribute with goals. I guess I could throw Kevin Morales in there. He scored a few in the past, but not really too many. So we need somebody who has an eye for the free kick, set pieces. That's something that we haven't really, contributed with this year. Whatever. Like I said, we haven't really had anybody since Kevin Morales, Mikel Arteta, who would stand over the ball with Leighton Baines, and you felt comfortable with it because he will score the free kick. Baines, he will score the free kick. The corner contributions. There's things that we're missing here that we haven't had really since David Moyes days. Would I take Moyes back? No. But we need some of those impacts that we've had back then. I've always mentioned, I miss Steven Pienaar because not only his link-up play with Bainesy, but he created so much space just from being on the pitch, running around, causing havoc, and we really don't have that. Continuing with the list, Kovacic plays for Real Madrid. Real Madrid, it was a market. Remember the conversation, the video I did about marketing? That's what I thought Kovacic was. He was a marketing ploy. Brought him in. he hasn't really played. But he was wanted by everybody when he was at Inter, and that's what Ever Banega was, I believe, to replace that space that Kovacic left. Kovacic, wonderful, comfortable on the ball, great eye for the pass, and a bit of a shot on him too. Max Meyer, plays for Schalke. I also have Goretzka on here. I'm probably gonna skip over the names that we've already known about, but Max Meyer, he's another one for the future. Not for the future, but he's a prospect. Everybody knows about him. Everybody wants him. Very another one very comfortable on the ball. He could play a multitude of positions. He's played as a winger. He's played as a deep lying midfielder. He's played as a number 10. He's even played as a striker. He he's quick with his feet. Not very fast, like most of the players I mentioned. Not very fast, but fast with the ball. He's younger than most of the players. Kovacic, I believe he's only maybe about to be 25. Ever Benega's not 30 yet. Santi Cazorla's over 30. Max Mary, I think he's only like 23, 24 maybe. So he's really reaching his prime. His name has died down a little bit, but he's still wanting, he's still known. We should pick him up. Now these prices for these players, not really too sure because the market is, inflated. So who knows? But Max Meyer, he's probably gonna go for a bit because everybody knows him. Alen Halilovic, a Barca prospect. I loved him ever since he really came. He blew up and his name came out, but he never really had a chance at Barca. Um, he plays for Hamburg. His parent club is Hamburg, but he plays for Las Palmas right now in the La Liga. If we wanted somebody even similar to Messi, potentially, not really, whatever, but it's him. He can take the free kicks. He's lightning with the ball at his feet. Such great control. He's only I believe he's not. I think he's like 20, maybe 21. So he's young. Um, like I said, unfortunately, he didn't really make it at Barca. He was back and forth on loan and whatnot. He played in Sevilla. All that. But I think he's officially left. He's playing for Hamburger, but he's on loan right now to Las Palmas. He might not go for too much. Maybe we could pick him up on a deal. I would love to have this kid. I would hope that would happen. Ronald Koeman, I know you're probably not listening, but if you ever stumble across this video, you gotta listen to these names. Alen Halilovic is one I believe so strongly that we should pick up. This one is a bit controversial. Samir Nasri, I've loved this guy. My love has fell off for him a bit, but I loved him since he was at Arsenal. I thought he was great. I've wanted him at the club for a while. Has great control. His temper though is the only thing, and his little bit of an injury issue, and also the fact that he's gained a bit of weight. So he's not as great as he used to be. I think he's about to be 30. But Premier League experience is the thing that I think is really key. That's one reason why I really wrote it down, because everybody else besides Santi Cazorla hasn't played in the Premier League. But his Premier League experience might be great, but he has an eye for a pass. And he's, he if anybody on this list, I mean, maybe a few here, but if anybody on this list is like, has that space creation like Steven Pienaar, it'd be him. Lanzini, another one, controversial because he's really killing it for West Ham right now. But I'm sure if we tried, we could probably pick him up. You guys have probably seen him. Great pass. He had link-up play out the ass with Dimitri Payet, but Dimitri's gone now, so. But Lanzini, yeah. Rafinha from Barca. I've seen him play a few times, so this one is a bit but I think he's really good because he can create a lot of space. He really doesn't play, so that might be key for us. He creates a lot of space. He's a pretty good passer as well. He plays more as a deep lying midfielder, not so much as a forward playing midfielder, but I think he'd be great to have. Tolisso from Lyon. He's another one whose name has really been out there recently, like Yuri Talmans, who I've also wrote down here. I find them very similar, deep lying. He's more. I think he's more of a holding midfielder though. Unlike Diori, who I believe can probably, I believe who can play more forward because just the way his play style is. But he'd be good to have. Only thing is, I mean, we really don't need any more deeper lying midfielders. We need more forward playing midfielders, which might cause issues for the players we have. But selection is what we need. We can't keep relying on the same people that we've been relying on this season. So this video is going to be pretty long, guys. Bear with me here. I'm trying to speed it up. But yeah, we really don't need any more deep lying midfielders. Morgan, if he's healthy, which I really hope is an issue that kind of gets rubbed out next season. But I can't blame him. He hasn't really played. Idrissa, he's going to be really key for us next season as well, especially in the Europa League. So deep lying midfielders, holding midfielders, we really don't need. But I guess we could use it if Tolisso does come around. Jean-Michael Seri, he plays. We've been linked with him actually recently this week. He plays for Nice. He's been killing it for Nice. He's very small. He's 5'6". Maybe if not, maybe even not even that, but he's in that range, 5'6", 5'7", maybe even 5'5", whatever. He is. I've seen highlights of him. I mean, I know highlights doesn't really do justice, but he does really well with the ball, and that's probably due to his small size. He can turn inside. He can turn well. He can see passes. Pretty good free kick accuracy. Sound like FIFA here. A player I would actually we've been linked before he made the move, but player just with Nice, a player that I would like to see us maybe pick up is a Balotelli. I know that's very controversial as well, but I think he'd be good, and I think it seems like he's calmed down a lot since his move to Nice. But the only reason I bring him up is because he has very good link-up play with Seri here. Naby Keita, we've been linked with him way in the past. Plays for RB Leipzig. He's a prospect as well. Everybody's kind of looking at him because he's done well since RB stands for Red Bulls has been promoted to the Bundesliga. Haven't really seen too much of him, but what I have heard is that he's very comfortable with the ball. He can move it. He's very good at moving the ball, and that's something that we really lack. Yeah, we have the likes of Ross Barkley, who has gotten better with his ball movement and his creation, but he's not cutting it, and that's one reason why I made this list. And I could name so many others, but these are the ones who would be reasonable, And then Yuri Talemans, he's been fantastic for the last few seasons. Everybody's watched him. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a deep liar. He can play just ball mover. Just to put it in perspective, like a Tommy Davis type of role. He's great. He pretty tall, so he can win the 50-50s, things like that. This list, I mean, like I said, Ronald Koeman, I'm sure you're not watching this, but this list right here can help us a lot if you just consider. I know you don't have, you don't have like the you're not gonna really be dealing with transfer stuff this summer, but relay it to Steve Walsh, because these names here can really help us, and I'm sure Steve has already looked at people. He's looking at Demarai Gray and whatnot, but we need a playmaker. If we're missing the likes of Mikel Arteta, at all, we're missing them now. I just haven't had that, and that's really been killing us. I could name others. I mentioned Isco, but Isco, he's been playing, so that's probably not going to happen, but whatever. That's my rant there, boys and girls. So yeah, if I missed anybody who you think might be helpful, please comment section down below. I don't ask for much, but I would like more of that. Just get more conversative with me. I mean, I'm here, like I always say, I'm here to entertain you guys. So throw names at me, anybody. You don't agree with people on the list, let me know. I'm sure probably some of them is gonna be Nasri, but just let me know. Conversate with me. That's what I'm here for. So that's about it. Unfortunate bullshit loss, but let's just keep it moving. 2 more games in the season. All of us can't wait for the summer at this point. Like I said before, hit me up in the comment section below. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe, all that. Hit me up on PSN, Khill_X17X, Twitter, COIBTV1878. Forget my alternate Twitter. I'm just not going to even bother with that anymore. Tumblr, COIBTV1878. Twitch, I've been streaming on Twitch a lot recently, so that's COIBTV1878. And
if that's all, folks.